Hello and welcome back to the Super Auto Pets Road to Completion. First video went well. Reception was small, but I kind of expected that. But I learned a lot from recording it, if you can believe it. First off, I realized that I am not as energized or energetic as I thought I was. Just as a person. I think part of that is being in front of the microphone, you kind of get self-conscious and you overthink it a little bit. Part of it was that I had no idea what I was doing. But hopefully that doesn't happen this time. Because I've decided that it won't happen, so it's not going to happen. Simple as that, actually. As you can see, this is during the Mirror Weekly, which, just like that's showing right there, you have the Mirror, which allows you to choose one of your opponent's remaining pets when you lose a life to them, and you would stock it, right? And this is actually the second time this is run. And the first time it ran for an extra week. Still unclear whether this was intentional or some kind of bug or something, but it was welcome either way. Because this is kind of the best way to get a lot of the more difficult token pets in this game. Two in particular were Giant Eyes Dog, which is what I'll be getting today, and Fire Pup. Now, I didn't end up getting Fire Pup from either one, which is unfortunate, but it's really tough. For both of them, you have to have teams specifically tailored to get them. I've mentioned that I have a lot of the tokens already. As for the ones that you would hypothetically be getting from this, I think, let's see, I'm only missing Kupo, Chick, and Fire Pup, I think. Yeah. I have Angry Pygmy Hog, I have Nest, I have Salmon, I have Golden Retriever, Rock, Dirty Rat. Like, I've got the majority. I have Cracked Egg. I saw that pop on down there for just a second. What I kind of ended up doing for a good number of these was you just kind of have to have a big guy in the front, which would be my Weasel, and then you would have one of the ones that spawns after that faints, and hope that it just happened to be right when the enemy team completely died. And then you could Venus Flytrap to snatch it right up. There was a lot of pivoting tools in this weekly as well, which was helpful for people who were pivoting. But I was fully committed to just buffing my Weasel all the way up. And I think Weasel in particular was a common build around, at least for myself, in that it would actually give you value for dying. So it was something that you kind of wanted to keep around for as long as possible. Right there, it would have been perfect for us to get the Venus Flytrap because we would have had a shot at getting the Giant Eyes Dog. Didn't happen, but that's just kind of how this game goes when you're achievement hunting. Exactly not what you want when you don't want it. Now would also be a good time if we can nab that Venus Flytrap. Ooh, what's gonna happen? Oh, I don't know. Maybe we're gonna get it. Yeah, there it is. Another thing that makes a lot of these tokens really tough to get is just that they have a terrible starting stat line, which is part of why the Lobster is helpful. But you'll see, Golden Retriever right there has been buffed up enough to actually have, workable stats. Yeah, the first time this weekly came around, it was the only thing I was doing. I think it was during like winter break or something. At the time, so I was just at home just playing Super Auto Pets for hours a day, and it got really bad actually. I broke out in like stress acne and all this from Super Auto Pets of all things, which criminal. This time I was like, I'm not gonna make it a whole big thing. If I get the ones I'm looking for, that's great. If I don't, it is what it is. I don't know what that's what I was going for, yes. So the reason why I put the chocolate on the Giant Eyes Dog there is because if you put one chocolate down on a pet that you want Quetzalcoatlus to, or is it Quetzalcoatlus? Let's find out. Let me see. Nope, Quetzalcoatl. I don't know what I'm talking about, apparently. But if you put one chocolate on that you're trying to get leveled through that, then you will only need to hit it twice versus potentially having to hit it 3 times with the ability. So now if I get that and level it up, right, or that also would do the trick. But yeah, now it should just hit that and level it right up. Now it's kind of useless. If I remember right, I'd leave it just because it's giving stats, but in hindsight, I probably should have swapped it with like a Cerberus, or maybe a. Yeah, probably a Cerberus, maybe a second Mantis Shrimp, but that feels wasteful. But as you can see, now we've got this whole beast going, and oh well, okay, there's my Cerberus. Because of this guy right here, which is also one of my favorites, Tita Thrush. He gives stats each time a pet adjacent attacks. I don't know what it is about him. He's my best buddy. I feel like anytime he's in a weekly, I have a couple teams with him. Yeah, I just look at that. Look at that full team. Absolute domination. Yeah, I think part of why I never make those complex teams like Grounded is because I play in weeklies. You know, they're kind of a custom pack sort of thing. Like you have to have a plan in mind. And even then, I know he's talked about how many attempts it takes to get one of his teams to work. I don't know if I have the patience for that. But it's still cool to watch, you know, as a viewer. It's always not even just interesting, but like inspiring. What's even more inspiring though was when I finally got this win, because Giant Eye's dog had been what's the word? Escaping me for far too long now. I was very glad to get him knocked out and done and dusted. Because there he is, right there. That was good. It was the last day before the weekly closed. I said to myself, all right, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna, Mr. Evil Demon Spirit Fairy living inside the game, determining whether I win. You can just give me Giant Eye's dog. I'll be satisfied. And I got Giant Eye's dog, and then I ate shit for the rest of the night. So I was like, all right, you know what? He heard me.